We could ask everybody to silence their cell phones, we would appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the 4th annual graduation of the Ocean County College Achievement Center. My name is Susan Boss. I'm the manager and one of the high school equivalency teachers in the Adult Education Civics Workforce and Preparation Program. Took me a while to memorize that. We'd like to thank the Ocean County College Foundation for letting us use their fabulous tents so we could have this outdoor ceremony. We're also grateful to the graduation committee who organized and planned this entire event. Finally, we're grateful to all of you, the families and friends who have supported all of our graduates on their journey. Our students range in age from 16 to 60. Don't tell them I told you that. And they all took different roads to get here, but they all encountered different detours and struggles and experienced different academic challenges on their road to this waypoint. And I call it a waypoint, not a destination. Because today, while it represents a lot of hard work, years of hard work, it's just a stopping place on our graduates' road to the future. A future that's now unlimited because of the accomplishments we celebrate today. So please stand and help us welcome the graduates of 2023. Thank you, and while you're still standing, please welcome one of our students, John Volman, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. John?
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd just like to congratulate my fellow students. Great job.
And now for our invocation, please welcome Jeanette Ball.
Good morning. Congratulations to all of you. I'm Jeanette Ball. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that all things work together for the good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose." James 1:12 says this, "Those who stand firm during testing are blessed. They are tried and true. They will receive the life that God has promised to those who love him as their reward." These are two wonderful promises from God to his chosen, and you are his chosen. Today, this moment is your time to shine. You're called. You've been chosen to this completion, to take what you have received here and go out and impact others, to be an agent of change, to become the person that you're meant to be. Let us pray. Father, thank you for the men and women here who have worked diligently to earn this degree, regardless of the stumbles placed in their path along the way. Continue to speak to them in their language as only you know them, because they are wonderfully and uniquely made by you. I ask that you will fill their hearts with pride, not the boastful kind, but the kind that comes from knowing in the depths of their souls that they have overcome personal and global issues to show up to class and get the work done. That even as some have told them that they could not or should not get back up when they stumbled along the way, or that they would not be worthy of completing the work because it was not completed at the prescribed time, that it's been their diligence and dedication and tenacity that has placed them at this new beginning. Allow them to rejoice in that and rest in it as well, giving heartfelt thanks to the ones who have supported them along the way, their parents, their children, teachers, and friends, knowing that you have worked all things together for their good. And Lord, let them understand that overcoming the barriers makes the reward so much more sweet. And even as they celebrate this accomplishment that will catapult them into a new direction, Lord, let them continue to seek wisdom, the one that comes from you, so that they can make a difference and be a shining light to others in their little corner of our world. And as always, I pray this in your name. Amen. Thank you.
Please be seated. Look at you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, that's enough. We'll get to you later. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to miss all of you so much. We had some fun, didn't we? Yeah. And by fun, I mean rigorous, never-ending academic toil with nary a respite. Please welcome Pat Leahy, the retired executive director of Ocean County PIC, for our opening remarks.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Dr. Larson, all of our honored guests, because I can't do all the names. I'm afraid I'd leave somebody out. And most especially the graduates. This ceremony is the highlight of my year, every year. And I was really thrilled when Gina asked me if I would do the opening remarks again, even though I'm retired now. So I'm very happy to be here. So I want to congratulate the graduates and your families, your teachers, your counselors on this milestone accomplishment. For some of you, this has been a bumpy road with twists and turns, but you've made it and achieved your goal of receiving your high school diploma, or you will in about 15 minutes. It depends on how long your speech is going to be. When I thought about what I wanted to say today, I realized that I wanted to not only highlight your achievements, but at the same time remind you that this is a milestone along life's path. A path with a series of choices you will make and milestones to achieve during your life. This achievement may be your first or not on that path, but I hope it won't be your last. Perhaps when you were a young child, you read some Dr. Seuss books, like The Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, or One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I know I read those with my children and my grandchildren. And most certainly, The Grinch That Stole Christmas. Didn't everybody read The Grinch That Stole Christmas? With characters that jumped off the page and inspired your imagination. I believe that was the goal of his work, that being Dr. Seuss, to provide a roadmap where his stories help us to develop self-confidence, life skills, and goals. I believe Dr. Seuss shared this best when he wrote a book about the journey of life, its challenges and joys, and the choices we are faced with during our journey. The book is called Oh, the Places You'll Go. The story is about life decisions, the different paths to take and choices to make, and it includes a reminder that we will spend time in a place simply called the waiting place, which is a place where everyone is always waiting for something to happen. At its core, this story is about realizing we are ready to start the next phase of our journey. To me, one of the best parts of the story is when Dr. Seuss tells us, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the one who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you'll say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any old street. I hope you know that you already started this journey by taking the steps you did to reach this milestone achievement. For the youth who have been at the Helms Academy, I have a book for each of you called Oh, the Places You'll Go. And I hope you look at it often as you continue on this journey. Let me leave you with one of my favorite quotes by one of my favorite people, Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, I usually say it's good to see my student faces because they're not on their phones. Anyway, next, please welcome Mark Boyd. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Goodwill Industries of Southern New Jersey and Philadelphia.
Thank you, Susan.
Oops, okay, you have your speech.
Speech, what's that? Good morning, everybody. Congratulations, graduates. As Pat said, this is clearly a highlight of my year. I really appreciate the opportunity to participate and ride the coattails of your success. I saw in here that it was called the Goodwill Helms Academy. That's how it's put in here. Goodwill was founded by Dr. Edgar J. Helms over 121 years ago. And Dr. Helms had this is one of my favorite quotes dealing with goodwill. He said, "Goodwill gets rid of the waste in people and things. And at Goodwill, we take your gently used donations, whether it's clothing or housewares, sell it in our stores, and we use those resources to create educational opportunities for all of you." And it's a great honor to be able to do that. Danielle Fithian, Jennifer Morrow, they're really the leaders of the Helms Academy. They've put together just an outstanding staff of teachers, counselors, people who I believe have an easy path to heaven, doing clearly the Lord's work. But with that, all Goodwill really does is create the resources and the opportunity that all of you who participate in the Helms Academy took advantage of. In my experience working in employment and training, it's when people make that decision that they want to change their lives, turn their lives around, that magic happens if we can get the resources into their hands. And so that's our goal. I appreciate being able to participate today, and a special congratulations to the parents, the significant others, the children, the friends of all the people who put together this achievement, and congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Just for clarity, because I see some confusion on my students' faces, we have one program. It's called the Achievement Center. And then there's two different tracks. There is one that's some kind of a life skills and life preparation program for young people. And then we have the Simply high school equivalency program under the Adult Education Civics and Workforce Preparation program. So the Helms Academy people are in the lighter blue, shimmery, kind of royal blue robes. They're very attractive. And the AECWP people are in the dark blue robes. That's why you're confused. Okay. Now we'd like to welcome David Paulus. He's the board chair for the Ocean County College Foundation. And we always like to thank the foundation, not just for their tent, but because they also give us financial support for the HiSET test, which is what everyone took to get their New Jersey state-issued high school diploma. They help our students pay for the test, which can be very expensive. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you very much. Today marks a significant milestone in your academic life. We at the Foundation could not be prouder of your achievements. You have overcome countless obstacles, juggled responsibilities, and persevered through challenges that others may never understand. Your hard work, dedication, and resilience have paid off, and you, in turn, should be very proud of your own success. As you move forward in your journey, remember that your unique experiences and perspectives are your greatest strengths. Embrace them and continue to push boundaries, challenge norms, and pave the way for others who may follow in your footsteps. We have no doubt that you will go on to make a meaningful impact on our community and are honored to have played a small role in your journey. Congratulations and best wishes for all of your future endeavors.
I'm the custodian, too. Does anybody have any tape? Okay, here's our guest speaker. She's going to introduce herself.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to our Ocean County Achievement Center graduation. I'm Gina Oposky, the Director of Community and Workforce Development here at the college, and I oversee the Achievement Center. So I asked Sue if I can interrupt her being the MC because I would like to introduce our next guest speaker. She is our first graduating class member from 2019, and I couldn't be more proud of her and seeing what she's achieved in all these years. Oh, look, I'm getting upset again. I'd like to welcome Megan Rondeau to the stadium right now. Your speech is here. All right.
I just want to say it's pronounced Rondeau, not Rondeau. Good morning, everyone. I am Petty Officer Second Class Rondeau, but 5 years ago, I was sitting right where you are. Not actually. I was the guinea pig. It was not this nice. We were at the podium in the inside. I was sitting right where you are, excited and ready to walk across not this same stage. When I walked not this stage, I was 18, no high school diploma, struggling to find a job to hire me, and sharing a one-bedroom apartment with 6 other people. I was surrounded by people who I thought were my friends, but they didn't care to see me succeed. Gina and Melissa helped me to realize that I could be more successful and helped me learn to stay motivated and determined to better my life. They saw that I had the potential to achieve my goals. I walked not this stage, and instead of getting a job with no career paths, I did some deep thinking about my future and who I wanted to be. I left that one-bedroom apartment, decided to focus on myself and my goals, and I never looked back. I decided to let people close to me that wanted to see me succeed just as much, if not more, than I did. Around that time, I reconnected with an old friend who had always supported me, Sean, a former Marine, who is now my husband of over 3 years and father of our amazing 8-month-old baby, Orion. He inspired me to join the military since he had a positive experience during his service. I realized my goal and purpose was to join the Navy and support my family in an honorable way. I got in the best shape of my life, drove to the recruiting office, and signed a contract with the United States Navy. I left for boot camp in April of 2021, which was challenging, but I had prepared myself physically and mentally, and I was successful. I then attended initial job training to become an intelligence specialist, an even greater challenge than boot camp. When I started those classes, I struggled with every test and every public speaking requirement, to the point where I just wanted to give up. I thought I wasn't smart enough to become an intelligence specialist. I thought I wasn't smart enough because I was a high school dropout that had to get a GED. Those negative thoughts weren't true because I got into where I was. The friends I made in the Navy helped me study, keep me motivated, and believe I could succeed. I graduated and became a certified geospatialist analyst. I couldn't have done it without the support system of my friends I made, my family, and the people who wanted to see me succeed. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have good, genuine people in your life to help keep you motivated, but ultimately, you need to want to see yourself succeed. These past few years have been the greatest years of my life because I was finally proud of myself and the person I've become. My husband and I have created a beautiful family together, including our 8-month-old son, Orion, a dog, cat, 2 cats now, Bunny, and 2 birds. We are in the process of buying our first home thanks to the Veterinaries Affairs benefits afforded to all military service members and veterans. I wouldn't change anything about my life and decisions because they had led me to where I am now. Everybody's story has challenges they have to overcome. You have all accomplished a challenge, and what you decide after this will change your life. Whether you use it or not is up to you. My desire to be the best version of myself all started here, and I hope it's the same for all of you. Congratulations. You should all be proud of yourselves and compliment today. Can't say it. Thank you.
Wow, that's a great story. Okay, next up we have thank you, Megan, for that. Please welcome Dr. Henry Jackson, the Executive Director of Academic Success at Ocean County College.
Thank you. Congratulations, graduates. You've done a lot. You should be proud of yourselves. Good morning, Dr. Larson, Dr. Monaco, OCAC administration, teachers, and students. On behalf of the Center for Academic Success, I would like to say congratulations on reaching this important milestone. You should not only be proud of yourself, but you should give yourself a pat on the back, because through hard work and perseverance, you have completed your academic goals and are ready for the next stage in your journey. And after this ceremony ends today, I ask that you continue to charter your college and career pathways to success. Whether it is your goal to achieve an associate's, bachelor's, or a certification in a career or technical program, keep your eyes on the prize, because the awards and accolades awaiting you are priceless. And during those times when you think it is too much and you can't go any further, just remember, you have come too far to stop now. I wish you luck and success in this next phase of your life. And as Nina Simone said in her song, Feeling Good, it is a new dawn, it is a new day, and you definitely should be feeling good. Good luck and God bless.
Before we have our graduate testimonials, let's talk a little bit about the struggles. I know, Gina, this wasn't in the program. Let's talk a little bit about the struggles everybody had this year, because if you talk to your graduate, you probably know that the test that they took to get their New Jersey issued high school diploma, it is a high school diploma. The test ended on May 31st, and the state went to another test. So everybody who started on what was called the high set was rushing to finish up. Kevin from the Helms Academy and I were fighting over seats at the test center to get our students in, and everybody was under a great deal of pressure to pass that last subject. And for most people, the last subject was math, because everybody puts it off until the end. And some people were on their last shot, because you could only take each subject 3 times. They were on their last shot at taking math, and they went and they passed and they got their diplomas. It was quite a journey, this session, wasn't it? Okay, let's welcome to the stage Nicholas Panera and Sergio Vargas, who are 2 of our graduates, one from the Helms Academy and one from the AECWP, and they are going to give their speeches. Thank you. Nicholas, I think you're first. If that's not you, let me.
Greetings, fellow students. I look at all of you and see people who are all different, participants in a program that is inclusive and non-discriminant. Yet despite being different, we have been guided by this program, an instrument of God, so that we have all converged at this point like water that tragically spilled from a well into a drain, but inevitably evaporated back into the sky. Now that we are there, we can look down, and while we still see the setbacks, we also see the success like a mountain range, peaks and valleys equally present. And I hope we also see the Ocean County Achievement Center and God in that view. Moreover, we are now in a position to rain blessings on others, just as this program has done for us. Although that does require falling back down, but in that moment we can bring heaven down to earth, thus creating a heavenly serenity within our hearts. As long as we have that, in the end, we will be recollected as that glorious purpose is magnetic, drawn to God. In this way, we are all similar. Additionally, there's more to cover on that note. The fabric of our reality shares a common thread, which is duality. That is, that 2 opposite things can be true at once. High school diplomas are something that most people attain with relative ease, yet for whatever reason, that was not true for us. I myself was disillusioned by how easy high school was for me, and thus I impetuously assumed this process would go smoothly. Of course, as you might have guessed, it did not. Much like in the Bible with the story of Paul, I had everything I wanted, but unknowingly was missing something. Like we learned in history, there's something about not being accessed, explored, and claimed that is alluring to someone. The prime example of this is the manifest destiny. It was a notion that God had reserved the entire expanse of North America to the colonists. In the same way, simply because we do not have God in our lives, he's drawn toward us. So after he was met with God's presence and converted, you would think that everything got better, but it did not. He was blind for 3 days following his conversion, and that speaks to my journey. I thought everything would go back to normal after coming back to school, but the clarity I now had was unable to help me see in this situation. I was blind to what to do. Yet I made it through, and I'm here with you all. This is all thanks to God and this college for being our eyes and seeking out opportunities for us. This program is so unique because somehow you end up having more tools and resources than you did if you had just finished school. Much like shipping in the early days of America, the paths that seemed the shortest were simply too hard. Hold on one second. This is not, hold up. 1 second. Much like in the shipping in the early days of America, the paths that seemed the shortest were simply too hard to navigate, so people had to go above and beyond, even going through the sea to travel to adjacent states. We all have done that, but now the path is accessible to us as well. We now know, because of this program, how to get where we need to go. Now, despite being on our side all the way, this program has been able to challenge us as well. As iron sharpens iron, so one friend sharpens another, it says in the Bible, and that is what happened. You have not only been a friend, but a mentor. One of the most important lessons I learned is that no one is going to do this for us. Much like a cast or parent, their job is to ensure security for a time, but eventually we need to learn to thrive on our own. That is not to say we cannot reach out for help when we need it, but it needs to be like a car in a race. The pit crew spends very little time on the car, and that is how we should strive to live. That is in the fight, that is. Now, there will be times where we need to spend a few days in the shop, but in the midst of our fight, we have what we already need. This is because God is the one who built the car. He is the gas and even the laws of gravity that allow the car to speed forward. In spite of this, it is still our job to drive it as only we can. He believes in us, and not only do I believe in you all, but you must learn to believe in yourself. Do not think God will do everything for you. In the movie Bruce Almighty, a distraught Bruce is asking God yet again for help as everything in his life is falling apart. This time, though, God tries a different approach. He says to him, everyone looks up to me and asks for miracles. If you want a miracle, be the miracle. Another story that echoes this one is the one I was told in church. A man is trapped on top of a building with a storm coming. He is a believer in God, and his faith remained resolute. A car comes by, and the man driving tells him to get in. The man says, no, thank you. God will save me. Then as the waters begin to rise, a boat comes, and the man says again, no, thank you. God will save me. Finally, as the waters are almost about to drown him, a helicopter comes by, and the pilot tells him to get in, and again he says, no, thank you. God will save me. He ends up dying, and when he gets to heaven, he asks God why he did not save him. God replies, I sent you a car, a boat, and a helicopter. What else do you want from me? My point in saying all this is that we need to realize that although God is capable of grand miracles, most of his miracles come in common forms, much like this program. Yet they are the ones that are most profound. It says in the Bible that when we believe in Jesus, out of our hearts will flow rivers of living water, and this should reinforce that we all have what we need, although it is up to us to command it. But in order to access that living water, we need a tool to crack into us, like drilling for oil. This program has provided us with the tools that allow us to do that. Moreover, we now have tools to help others tap into their living water. After all, the handyman may have started out by learning how to fix his home, but now it is his duty and purpose to fix others' homes. That is what this program is all about, helping us fix and maintain what we have, and that is noble indeed. Whether that may be learning how to find out your behavioral tendencies and thus what jobs are suited for you, how to manage your finances, how to interact with customers, or how to start a business. I now feel like I can do so many things I never could before. What made me less has now made me more. This is a prime example of the power of optimism at work. You cannot fit a parade on a dirt road, I like to say. And you may receive backlash for this, but remember this, you can only receive the positive comments on a post if you allow the negative comments to flow in as well. They may call you a dreamer, but believe in your Redeemer. Now, some of you, like me, may be worried you may have not come from much, but I tell you, every redwood grows from the dirt. And as long as you remember your roots, as any redwood should, you will succeed. Your time is now. It may have taken long to arrive, but the longer the wait, the pearlier the gate. Do not wait for a backup plan. Go all in. For a bird has no backup plan when leaving the nest for the first time. The people aboard the Mayflower had no backup plan. Trust in God's plan, because it always comes to fruition. Now, this may require you taking a step back, but remember, that is not always a bad thing. In this case, once you do, your future will come into frame, and everything this wonderful program and our God did to help paint that picture. Thank you, and God bless.
Yeah. That was Nicholas and Panero, graduate of the Helms Academy. Next, we have Sergio Vargas, who is one of my students. Is that yours?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sergio Vargas. It's a huge honor for me to be up here. I want to start off by thanking my family. Gracias, mamá. Gracias, papá. Also, a huge thanks to everyone here who made this day possible. Thank you, guys. They're over here and over there. Thank you, guys. And a special thanks to Ms. Sue. For people that don't know her, she's right here. Ms. Sue is not just an amazing teacher, she's someone I look up to. She will help you out without thinking it twice. She goes above and beyond for her students. I was blessed to have her as my teacher. I have to tell you guys about the special day. It was April 12th, the day of my math test. The day my math test was scheduled. I'd failed the math test before, so you guys can imagine how nervous and anxious I was. The time came, and I did it. I couldn't believe I had passed. I can't believe I had finished the test and still had time left. While I was sitting there looking at the timer, showing me how much time I still had left to submit the exam, I realized that thanks to Ms. Sue's help in the classroom, and those really late nights I stayed up studying, all of her work was finally paying off. I can't believe it. I had finally passed the last exam. And that same day, I went back to Ms. Class to thank everyone for their help. Ms. Sue asked me, "What are your plans now?" I told her I wanted to continue my education. Give me a second. Probably take a year or two to save money to pay for school. And she said, there's help out there. And within minutes, she helped me sign me up for school here at OCC. Fast forward to today, I already have my classes scheduled and start this September. And I also have other colleges waiting for me once I've done my 2 years here. Without that little push from Ms. Sue, I'd probably still be stuck thinking when is the right time for school and just probably still at a standstill. So again, who would have thought that little push Ms. Sue gave me would have a huge impact in my life and finally put me on the path to finally becoming an aerospace engineer, something I've always dreamed of. So guys, please hear me out. Use every second of your life on those things that make you feel alive. And not only then will you be happier, but you'd be taking your first step into becoming that future you guys always dreamed of. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, how about another round of applause for those speeches? Took a lot of courage to get up here and do that. Okay, I'd like to ask the presenters to come to the podium. We have one of our teachers, Lisa Oriema, adult education instructor at Ocean County College. Allie McNamee, program instructor and advisor at Ocean County College. Danielle Fithian, director of mission services at Goodwill. Kaylee Rourke, case manager and supervisor, Ocean County PIC. Graduates, please stand up. Okay.
Hello, welcome everyone.
If you can please make sure to hold your applause until the end so that everybody can hear their students' names. Thank you.
We're ready to get started. Riley Adonanzio.
I know we're excited, but please try to hold the applause. Ademuyiwa Awo Jinrin.
Curtis Bivens Jr.
Alessia Capazzi.
Martha Contreras.
Loriana Forlenza.
Teresa Franzoso. Jesus Galeano.
Damon Gathers.
Rocco Giannotti.
Abigail Gibbons.
Brianna Gillespie.
Don't hug me. Wait.
Are we doing this one?
Getting a little too excited up here.
I know.
Tanner Kennard.
Sharon Martinez.
Juliana McDaniel.
Juan Mejias.
Sydney Middleton.
Marianne Oatman.
Alua Mayoa Oshodi.
Nicholas Pinero.
Ileana Polanco.
Olivia Price.
Angelina Redfern.
This one, right? Jalea Rivera.
Latoya Sankara.
Sean Slattery.
Jasmine Souffrant.
Grace Stefanowitz.
Janet Torres.
Sergio Vargas.
Myra Wire.
Nancy Zanatti.
And let's give our graduates a round of applause.
Congratulations, class of 2023.
For our closing remarks, you can all sit. We're honored to have Dr. Larson, president of Ocean County College, to offer the closing remarks. This is the fourth and final Achievement Center graduation for Dr. Larson, because after 23 years as the college president, he's on his way to his next adventure. He's retiring. We can't thank Dr. Dr. Larson has always been one of our biggest supporters, and we can't thank him enough for all he's done for us over the years. So thank you. Let me move this. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much, Sue and Gina. You have put on a wonderful, wonderful program now for 4 years, and I hope it continues for many, many more in the future. Congratulations to you and also to each one of the graduates of the Ocean County Achievement Center. Congratulations. As you have heard from all of the prior speakers, the Ocean County Achievement Center is a remarkable collaboration of community partners with a shared mission to assist young adults in reaching their goals. The program, services, and guidance offered by the center empowers participants to create a great new future for themselves. By taking part in this program here on the Ocean County College campus, students are exposed to all sorts of new opportunities, learning skills that prepare them for the experiences that lie ahead and making connections that can support them throughout their lives. The center continues to grow and expand year after year, developing new partnerships to provide even more services and resources for young adults here in Ocean County. As impressive as all of that is, what I find most inspiring of all is, of course, each of you are graduates. Henry David Thoreau famously wrote, "If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life for which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours." And I hope each and every one of you meets with such an unexpected success. Students, you're all here today because you have set a goal for yourselves and you have stayed with it. You did it. I'm impressed by your commitment, your tenacity, and I commend you for your tremendous effort and for your ability to persevere. You've worked very hard to get to this moment, and today you can feel very proud of all that you have accomplished. But today, as you have heard from other speakers, is just the beginning, a milestone on your journey, as you heard earlier. You have opened the door to your future, and it is bright out there. What you've learned here will empower you to make the most of the opportunities that await you, whatever they may be. And whether you choose to continue your education, as I know some of you are, and I hope those of you who have not applied and sought a scholarship from OCC will proceed to do so, because we have a lot of scholarship money available. So just think about it. Just think about it. But you may want to just get out there and begin building a career, which is fine. I have no doubt that your accomplishments will inspire all of those who follow behind you. To all of the family members and friends, please join me one more time in congratulating these remarkable students for everything that they have achieved. Let's do it. Thank you. Now, it takes a combined effort of many to bring a program like this to life. So I'd like to take a few moments to recognize and thank the dedicated individuals and organizations who have helped make today possible, just as our graduates' determination has made their success a reality. I'd like to start with our friends at the Ocean County College Foundation, our board chair, David Paulus, and executive director, Ken Malagier, who's with us today. Would you folks please stand? Thank you. And several agencies of government, the Ocean County Department of Human Services, the Ocean County Workforce Development Board, and of course, the Ocean County Board of Commissioners themselves, have all been key factors in the success of this program. So thank you all for your support and guidance. To our partners at Goodwill Industries of Southern New Jersey and Philadelphia, the Helms Academy, which spearheads HSE diploma prep instruction, Mark Boyd, President and CEO, Jennifer Morrow, Vice President of Employment and Training, Daniel Fithian, Director of Mission Services, and Kevin Kaplan, Adult Education Coordinator. We appreciate everything that you do for the program. Please stand up and take a bow. And we thank our partners at the Ocean County PIC for providing student referrals, funding for training programs, and work experience for opportunities for our students. Our old friend and colleague on the faculty, Pat Leahy, recently retired, is the executive director. Kim Ligori, executive director, Kimberly Clayton, operations manager, and Callie Rourke, case manager, supervisor for youth programs. Please stand up and be congratulated for all you have done. Thank you. We want to also thank from Georgian Court University, Kenneth Carmichael, Associate Vice President for Professional Studies and Business Development, for providing invaluable technical assistance to this program. And from Ocean County College, I am pleased to recognize the following individuals for their hard work and their support on behalf of these students. Dr. Henry Jackson, who was up here just a moment ago and does a great job here every day. Thank you, Henry. The staff of the Workforce and Professional Development Education Program for their direction and oversight, including the boss lady, Caitlin Everett, Gina Opowski, Melissa Jordan, and Allison McNamee. And the entire staff of the Adult Education, Civics, and Workforce Preparation Program, Title II, and our team in facilities for providing on-the-job opportunities to our participants and for helping to put this program on today. My sincere thanks to all of you for your ongoing support and contributions to the success of this fabulous program. I also want to thank each of the splendid speakers and special guests we've had joining us today, including the incoming president, which you have not heard from, Dr. Pamela Monaco, but if Pamela would like to get up here and say a few words, she's welcome to do so. You don't have to.
Thank you so much. This is my test now to be an extemporaneous speaker. I have some wonderful examples from all of you and what you've done, and so much admiration for your hard work. It is always difficult to study and find time when you have a family, you have other competing interests, but you have so much to be proud of, and I'm very proud to be able to welcome you and to soon be able to follow in Dr. Larson's footsteps. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Monaco. I know you're going to do a great, great job. We also have, we're honored to have a wonderful guest also today, a dear old friend of mine. I won't go into it because it always gets a laugh, and I like that. But Dr. Hill, Mayor Hill, was my dentist for, 20 years, I think, 20 years. And then he went off and retired and got himself elected the mayor of Toms River. But he's a terrific guy, a retired rear admiral. I called him a vice admiral the last time. Gave him a promotion, but I didn't get any pay along with it, so it wasn't worth much. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. Mo, do you want to say a few words?
I want to congratulate all the graduates and the speaker, a Navy person. All right. Hoorah. Navy and Marines. I will tell you that throughout my life, people have told me what I could not do. And if I listened to them, I would be no place. I was first told I'd never make a college football team. Check that box. Wouldn't meet the right woman. Check that box. I was told I wouldn't get promoted in the Navy above commander. I failed to select for captain. I could have quit then, but I said no, I was going to continue. I got promoted to captain, wound up retiring as a rear admiral, as President Dr. Larson said. Was told I'd never win an election. Check that box. I look at the challenges when people tell you you can't do something. There's no downside to that. There's only an upside. So go for it. Set your goals high and go for it. And congratulations to all of you, and I wish you much continued success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Hill, and congratulations on your really successful administration. And finally, to our graduates, once again, on behalf of the entire Ocean County College community, I offer you my congratulations and wish each of you great success in your future endeavors. Thank you so much. Have a great life, everybody.
I close the book. Okay, we all want to congratulate again our graduates and honorees. You don't have to applaud. The Achievement Center staff is very proud of you, and don't stop believing in yourself because we won't. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the Ocean County Achievement Center 2023 graduates. You are free to stand, dudes and dudettes. And we ask you to move your tassel to the left. Congratulations. Who's leading you out?